this IUD don't miss. This IUD does not miss, okay? If it were up to me, I probably would have 2 or 3 kids by now. But this IUD don't miss, okay? Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let Me Just Say This. If you're new here, hello, welcome to the vibe, welcome to the tribe. Go ahead and subscribe because you are going to love it here. And if you're watching, hello, hey, from the living room once again. So happy to be back with you guys. You know what the vibes are. Baby, listen, there's something I want to talk about today. And when I tell you the men on Instagram showed their ass, and I use the word men loosely, these were my sisters. My baby sisters got into the comments on one of my recent videos that I posted on the Instagram. If you're not following on the Instagram, go ahead and follow at LMJST_pod on Instagram and TikTok. It's up over there, okay? Especially on that Instagram, baby, it's booming. And when I tell you we have over 7,000 comments of bitter men who emboldened themselves to get on Beyonce's internet and tell women how they are not worthy because they have multiple baby daddies. Listen, I already covered this in the balloon pop episode. If you didn't watch that, go ahead and watch that or listen to that. I'm not about to recap none of that shit, but it just brought me to this topic we are going to talk about today: love bombing and baby momming. Now, this particular situation with Arnell Armon, which she's a YouTube girly, she's like really popular, super pretty, her body tea, she's super fly, she's great. Follow her, of course, if you don't, but most people do. Like, she's super popular. So she had a situation back in April where she basically disclosed to the world that she is a single mother, and she told her story about how she met her baby dad and he love bombed the fuck out of her, and after a month she got pregnant with his child. During the pregnancy, she said she felt really like a single mother already. And then lo and behold, he left her as a single mother. Now, I'm not going to touch too much. We're going to watch one of her videos, but I'm not going to touch too much on that particular situation because I really want to talk with you guys a little bit more about the love bombing part of it, because I've been seeing this all over, especially on Instagram, of women who have been saying like, yeah, I got with this guy, I fell in love with him, he swept me off my feet, and now I'm a single mom. And I have so many thoughts. Okay, let's get into this video by Arnell, and then we'll take it a little bit further.
I typically don't get on camera looking like this, but there's a lot on my mind, so let's talk about it. So recently, there's been a lot of discourse about me being a single mother. I first want to start off by saying, if you're just now finding out this news, you're pretty late. However, I don't expect everyone to know me and my personal life. I know some of you guys are new to me. If you are, I'm a single mother. And to me personally, I have felt like a single mother since during my pregnancy, in ways mentally prepared myself for this based on how things were going during the relationship. But officially, I became a single mother 10 days after I gave birth. My child's father, I would say, abruptly ended the relationship and didn't give me an actual reason. I didn't ask for one. I saw that coming. In fact, I myself tried to end the relationship during the relationship. So it wasn't something I was upset about. I more so was upset about how I was treated afterwards. It's almost like because I didn't respond, I don't know if he wanted me to be like, oh my God, like, you know, don't do this. I had just given birth. I was mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted. I didn't have the capacity to chase after anyone, especially someone who had caused me so much stress and turmoil anyways, that it felt more like a relief to me. But because I didn't respond in the way that I believe he was hoping I responded, so much of what he did after the fact was what made me think like, yo, are you trying to make my life hard? Are you trying to ruin my life?
I just want to start by saying that it is extremely unfortunate that she has to be in this situation where the other party responsible for raising and caring for their child is absentee and has that choice. It's extremely unfair that fathers can choose when they want to be fathers. Like, it's extremely unfair that all the onus and all the responsibility and all of the blame is placed on her. And when I tell you, they were going in on her when they found out that she was a single mother, when they found out that she had his child after a month of knowing him, they really went heavy on her. And part of me understands, because at the end of the day, you have to be responsible and take control of your own life. But part of me understands that we're human. And love bombing is a real thing. Let me get you the definition if you don't know. So according to Google's illustrious AI, love bombing is a manipulative tactic that involves showering someone with excessive affection to gain control over them. It's often used at the beginning of a relationship, especially a romantic one, and can include behaviors like gifts, compliments, attention, future planning, isolation, public displays of affection. Now, I know you're probably thinking, those are normal things, right? Those are normal things, but I want to highlight this word for you. Excessive. Excessive. It is to the point of being unhealthy. It's to the point of you should side-eye that person who's doing so much for you so soon. And I remember, I want to say season 2 or maybe season 1, I had an episode where I was talking with my friend and I was telling her, I was like, be wary of somebody willing to do too much for you or so much for you so soon, because they will be very quick to take it away. They'll be very quick to take it away because they're not doing that stuff inherently because they really want to be with you. They really care so much about you. It is a tactic to get you. It's bait. It's nothing but bait. And if you fall for it, you may be falling into the hands of a schemester, a frauder. A frauder. Okay? And essentially, this is what happened to Arnell. And I think it happens to a lot of girls, whether they get trapped with a baby or not. A lot of us have experienced people and men who have come into our lives and said, oh, I'll give you everything you want. Anything you want, princess, anything you want, sweetheart. Gifts and money and time and affection and attention, especially when you're coming from a place of desperation. When you are dating as a young woman, you cannot come from a place of desperation because they can smell that shit on you. They can smell it on you, and how they handle you will be precisely like that. They're going to know, yo, she's desperate. It don't matter what I give her. She wants it so bad that I could give her the bare minimum. I could give her subpar. She's going to take it anyway. And Arnell says this herself. She says she was in a space where she really just wanted the attention. She wanted someone to be there. She wanted someone to shower her with gifts and love and affection. It felt really good. And she even said essentially that in the beginning, she thought it was really her ego, basically, that thought, oh, of course he loves me. It's me. Why wouldn't he fall in love with me after a week? It's me. Your ego will get you in so much trouble. Your ego will tell you, yeah, this man is doing all this for me as he should. It's me. Baby, it's blinding you. It'll blind you to the fact that that man is setting up the perfect trap for you to fall into. And even outside of Arnell, like I said, this happens on a daily basis. How many mothers do you know who got pregnant and then their partner didn't know how to handle them during pregnancy, didn't know how to handle them after pregnancy, did not know how to handle fatherhood, or were inadequately prepared and so they dipped out, or had no intention of even being there so they dipped? How many single mothers do you know that felt like single mothers during their pregnancy because their relationship with the person that they were having the baby with was so up and down? And I'm not going to say that there's no responsibility on women to make sure that they're having children with the right person, but I will 1000% say that the ultimate accountability is staying and taking care of your kid. And oftentimes we don't have a choice. The child needs me to survive. So he can go frolic and dip off and do whatever the fuck he's doing. I have to stay here and I have to sit in it. I have to sit in it. I have to take accountability for it. And I have to go through whatever emotions I'm going through on my fucking own. And the world is going to look at me and say, well, get over it. You chose this. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I hate that for us so bad. And I really wish we would break out of these shackles of having children with people who don't want to give us the ultimate commitment. I think that it's abundantly important as a woman to take control over your body and your reproductive health. Do not allow anybody else to tell you or dictate when you have your kids. Okay? And that also means stop being irresponsible. Don't be irresponsible. Don't be frivolous with your future. No matter how much love you are in, I don't care how deep the love is, baby. I don't care. You don't need to have that baby yet. Don't have it. And don't get me wrong, I understand that fatherhood is scary. I know that it is a walk that many men go into on accident. I know there's a lot of men who stumbled into fatherhood. They didn't necessarily choose it intentionally, but there's no excuse for leaving, in my opinion. Like, there's no excuse for being a deadbeat dad. There's no excuse for leaving your baby mama early on and just being out. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy work. There's no excuse for that. So I honestly, I feel like every woman who feels upset about being left high and dry by a man after having his child has every right to feel that way. Because she has no choice but to stay there. She has no choice but to take accountability, the biggest accountability that she can take, and raise the child. While he has the choice to go live his life like they don't exist. That's crazy work. Inherently, it is on you as a woman to ensure that you aren't falling victim to the baby mama trap or having kids before you're ready, to the best of your ability, and being responsible. Don't be frivolous with your future. Don't be frivolous with your reproductive health, okay? Just because you love him, just because everything's la-di-da-di, baby, doesn't mean you need to have a child yet. Doesn't mean you need to give that lifelong commitment yet, especially if you barely know somebody, if you and that person haven't even built a strong foundation, if you and that person aren't even in the position in life financially to give to that child the way that they deserve. It's not the time. It's not the time. I personally have taken precautions to ensure that I don't get pregnant. Okay, I've never had a pregnancy scare. I've never taken a plan B. There's never been a point in my life where I thought, damn, I could be pregnant. Not one time. Because I always knew, I said, I'm not getting baby mamaed. A man is not going to put a baby on me and sit me down. I'm not having kids until I'm married. I'm not having kids until I know it's the right time, until I feel stable enough to have these children. I'm not having kids just frivolously, because for me, that's a really big deal. That's a really big decision. And I'm a commitment phobe. Like, I can barely commit to a man. You think I can commit to a baby? And of course, I know accidents happen. Accidents happen. And every woman, I believe, has their right to choose what they decide to do. Shout out to the moms who, chose that it wasn't their time. Shout out to the moms who said they were just going to get through it and they're doing it every day. Shout out to you, because I know this shit is hard. It really just got my cogs turning, because it's honestly a lot of other women shaming women who have kids. A lot of other women were in her comments going in on her about how she should have been better and more responsible, and it's her fault and she just gonna have to take care of it. And I'm just like, any woman who fixes herself to go after another woman in the name of patriarchy, girl, I hope every one of them red pill popping, ain't shit, no job having, no aspirations, no type of intellectual mindset. I hope they pick you. I hope who you want and who you deserve picks your ass. Because how dare you? How dare you? That's not very girl of you. That's not very fo of you, okay? Once upon a time, I had an ex with 2 children and 2 baby mamas, okay? Yes, I know. 2 kids, 2 baby mamas. And both of these babies were like cheating babies too, when he was real young. Like, they weren't, I really had this baby with my ex-wife, or I had a girlfriend. No, these were babies he had with his side bitches. Yeah, yes, they were. And yes, I was still in a relationship with him because I believe in personal growth. But needless to say, both of his kids were accidents. And every man that I've spoken to who has kids that they didn't necessarily pray for, in one way or another, wishes they could go back and change it. And that's not to say they don't love their children. That's just to say that one of them even said to me, damn, if I could go back to 25, I would have told myself, pull out. Oh! Yikes. Yikes. And you know what that told me about him? That he could never have no kids with me. I knew right then and there I wasn't having his damn kids. I knew right then and there. I was like, this ain't my husband. Can't be. No. The answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no. Because here's the thing. If I'm dating a man and he says he does not want kids, I'm not having no kids with him. If he says the kids that he has now are all accidents, I'm not having no kids with him. If he says that, he didn't want any more kids, but he'll have them because I want them, I'm not having no kids with him, okay? He don't have no type of intention for fatherhood. He has no aspiration for fatherhood. He just stumbled upon fatherhood, and I don't want that for me. Like, the kids I bring into this world will be divinely prayed for, will be wanted, okay? Will be planned and with all intention and love, baby. I'm not on that razzle dazzle, let's just have a baby and let's go have. Fuck no. No. Hell no. Get somebody else. Get somebody else to do it. I'm saying all that to say that it is understandable to have children with somebody that you really shouldn't have had children with. That doesn't make those children any less valuable, and it doesn't make you any less valuable. All I'm saying is the intentions that you have with your family planning moving forward have to be precise. And Arnell herself said, I'm moving differently now because I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. Don't be in a cycle of insanity. Don't be in a cycle of insanity. On the video that I posted where men were saying women are less valuable if they have multiple baby mamas, there's one comment that said it is basically a sign of, poor decision making or bad behaviors, basically. And that's the truth. At the end of the day, if you've been in one situation and it's taught you something, you need to apply that to the other things. But I won't take away the fact that there is a societal and cultural acceptance for men to not be responsible for the children that they make out here. Because it is. I don't care who's mad about it. It is. That's a thing. But that's just to say that if you were in a situation like this, where somebody left you high and dry with a child, or, you were forced into single motherhood and it's not what you wanted, the next time you take that lap around the love train, okay? You take that lap around relationships and potentially having a family with somebody, you have to apply what you've learned. You have to apply that, or else you're going to end up in a cycle with another child that's in a broken home. And while I think that these days single mothers do an amazing job of raising their children and they have amazing villages around them to the point where being a single mother doesn't hit the same way as it did back in the day, it is not ideal. It's not ideal for anyone. I really have so much more to say, but I really want to close this out with the love bombing tip. Listen, baby, love bombing will be the death of you if you allow it to. Notice the red flags. If somebody's trying to give you too much too soon, that's a red flag. And that's not to say you have to run away immediately. That's just to say, file that back in your file cabinet. Remember that. Remember that. Because I once dated a man who gave me all these gifts, who really showered me with a lot. And I remember telling him, I really don't want anything serious with you. I don't foresee it going there. You can really chill on this because I don't want to accept anything leading you on, essentially. He still showered me with stuff. He still gave me things. He was still very affectionate. And I was just like, listen, this is going to I had to cut him off, basically. Because I'm like, that is a sign to me. If I tell you this is my boundary and you cross it, that's it. That's it. You have to protect yourself when it comes to dating. Because not everybody who comes your way has the best intentions for you. They're not all sent from the heavens, okay? They're not all sent, put together, and healed, and with, a kind heart and a kind spirit. Some people are sent to you to hurt you. Some people are sent to you to hurt you. And they'll come in disguise. They'll give you gifts. They'll give you affection. They'll give you love. They'll give you all of these things that say, hey, look over here. This is so shiny. Look at me over here. Look at me. And then you don't see that other side of them. There's a big ass trash pile right behind them, but they're distracting you. They're distracting you because they're giving you everything that they think that you want and everything that they think is going to get you. That's how shit like, who the fuck did I just marry happen? That Risa Tisa shit. Love bombing, lying, masquerading. Love bombing actually is the greatest form of cosplay when it comes to manipulative dating. And if you are naive, and if you allow your ego to tell you, oh, I'm so good, I'm so fine, I'm so pretty, I'm so smart, I'm so successful, that there's no man that can come into my life and just not want to give me everything that I get, not want to give me everything that I have. I saw a video of a girl, she said, basically, men give her everything she wants anyway, so of course she's going to accept it because that's normal for her. A lot of the time, you was just going through a bunch of serial love bombers, Buka. You was going through a bunch of serial motherfuckers who really just wanted one thing from you or didn't have any true intentions for you and just thought, that's what I need to do to get her? All right, cool. Too easy. I really want y'all to be careful out here. Y'all gotta vet these people so well. Because the most intimate and most special parts of yourself you'll give to somebody. And if you are going to give it to somebody, you better give it to the person that deserves it. You better give it to the person that will cherish it. And that's really, honestly, that's where I'm at in my life. I'm not giving up an ounce of myself to somebody that don't deserve it. Not even a little bit. Not even a smidget. You can't have me. Sorry. Get somebody else. I hope that episode was not too all over the place. This has been on my mind for a couple of days. And girl, shout out to the mothers. I hate that there's so much negativity surrounding motherhood, surrounding, procreating and creating life, giving life. Down with the fucking patriarchy. And I'm gonna stand on that shit. I don't give a fuck what man is in my comments crying. Y'all can all be blessed. And on that note, I will get with you guys in the next one. Love you.